one asking for it.
Jeff, from the outside looking in, is this a trap game for you guys?
No, I mean, I'm sure for the media and people that talk about it is, but not with us. I mean, you've watched us play 3 weeks in a row, and we've gotten better each week. And we got to get better again this week. We got stuff to clean up from the last game. And it's never about the opponent with us. It's never about the score with us. It's always about the brand. It's always about, do we represent what we say we are? And we've had 2 really, really good practices in a row. I mean, like 2 of the best ones we've ever had. And that just shows you the culture of our team. It shows you how great our leadership is. And that's what I want to see how we play Saturday.
Jeff, you mentioned on the radio 2 guys who had transitioned from defensive line to offensive line. Who made the move and how did it work out today?
Yeah, we've looked at a couple. You know, we've moved. One for sure is going to do that. We're going to move Walker Beatty, and Walker was my very first recruit when I got here. And I still remember going to Dave and Krista's house that night, and Walker, and he's the first person I sat down with as a UTSA head football coach. So I really want to brag on him. I mean, he's a really good football player, and he just is doing what's best for the team. You know, we've got 7 linemen injured, 4 of them for a significant amount of time, and he came over and has looked fantastic already. Hasn't complained. I wouldn't have done it if Walker didn't want to. And it just shows. It's a great example of our football team, of how they're here for the team. And I know David and Krista are proud. He's a good young man.
Noticed there were some names missing from the depth chart, some potentially injured guys we had talked about. Does that usually mean it's going to be more of a long-term thing, or what can we read into that?
Some of them are going to be long-term. Some of them are going to be weekly. Yeah, if they're not on the report, they're not going to play this week for sure.
We hadn't heard about Brandon Matterson or Joe Evans on the defensive side. What's the situation with those guys?
Just injuries. We'll just see how long they'll both be out.
Is there any concern about the depth on the defensive line? I know that's a strength for you guys coming into the year, and you lose some people and move a couple.
Yes, there is. That is a concern. We feel really good about we're getting Chase. You know, Dave's back from an injury. Ty Leonard is really playing his tail off. He's going to be fine. So it's a concern. And if you think back when we talked about this at the very beginning, about this 3-game gauntlet, I was worried about confidence and health. And our confidence is sky high. In spite of being 1 and 2, our health is bottom low. When there's 21 on the injured report, 4 surgeries, you know, that's disheartening. But it is what it is, right? We just were unfortunate and have been snake bit on the O-line, and we got it hit in special teams and defense pretty hard this last week.
What's the outlook for Day-Day?
I would say his would be week to week.
Okay. Yeah.
It's getting better. Soft tissue, nothing structural, so that's good news, and there's no one tougher than him. It's unfortunate that we lost so many players so quick in the game. That was tough, but it is what it is.
Jeff, how do you assess Trey Moore's play so far at outside linebacker? What's jumped out?
He is everything that we thought he'd be. I mean, Larry Hill's exactly right. I mean, he'll be a single-digit guy one day. He's all about San Antonio. He's all about the road runner. He's about the right stuff. He represents the brand at all times.
When you mention he's a single-digit guy, do some of those leadership qualities already start to show through at a young age, or how does that come along?
He's just different. I mean, he's just different. He's just that guy.
He was a kind of late arrival when he started here last year. How did that work out for you guys?
You know, that was my fault. We did a poor job on our evaluation and got in there late recruiting him. And we made a hard push late. And thank goodness he forgave me of my sins and came home.
We're about to talk to Frankie Martinez. What sort of stands out about, from your perspective, what he's gone through as a walk-on to be able to produce the way he has?
You know, just the story of the walk-on, right? I mean, it embodies our team again. Walker's unselfishness moving over. Frankie's unselfishness playing center, guard, tackle, works multiple jobs, paints houses. I don't even know all the other jobs he does. That's hard. We're up here so much, and the kid's paying for his own school. And it's one thing to be a walk-on. Walk-on's hard. I was a scout team walk-on guy for a long time. That's hard in itself. But when you're a walk-on guy and you're starting, the hours are exponentially more because of the responsibility you have to the whole team, when you're a scout team guy, you look at the card and you go do it, and that's hard because you get your tail knocked off and you're not getting anything back out of it, right? So being on the team. And now when you're a starter and you got to pay for it and work, you know, it's just hard. And I'm a huge fan of Frankie's. I have been for a long time, and he's one of our own. He's a San Antonio kid, and he's the epitome of the UTSA Roadrunners.
Cool.